Everyone, welcome to Lighthouse. So today I'll give a session on what Lighthouse is and what do we mean by perpetual storage and how you can store your data on Lighthouse and build token gated applications using the Lighthouse SDK. So if you have any questions, meanwhile, just drop in the chat. Happy to answer them all. So we'll just go through a basic overview and then even show you a live demo as well. And yeah, like George Orwell once famously said that who controls the past controls the future, and who controls the present controls the past. Again, like referencing to the issue of information control and manipulation. And in the past, we have seen like libraries being burned down and scholars being buried. Like most famously, like Library of Alexandria was destroyed. In India, there was like very famous Nalanda University, which got vanished. And most recently, Iraq National Library got bombarded. So the point being like data physically is not totally secure. It can be destroyed due to various reasons. Although most people might think that data on like digitally on the internet is secure, but also that's not the case. In Web2, the data is also transient and it faces two key problems of link rot, which refers to like broken links, as it was seen that around 25% of links in the New York Times article do not even point to the original content. And the second thing is content drift. This again refers to the issue of content manipulation, data loss, or let's say DNS changes, pointing like a site to again like a manipulated or a different content which was previously meant to be. And in Web3, again, we see like this problem still persist with your files. Web3, we have seen like there have been like user-owned Dapp concept, and we are creating experiences and NFTs in which user own their data. But the problem again is like the records and transactions of all of these data is like permanent on chain Ethereum, but the files are not. And hence we saw recently with FTX, as when the centralized platform got down, NFT, all the FTX NFTs eventually went broke. And also on OpenSea, we realized that many NFTs, due to their centralized point of failure, do not even point to like the original link. And in many cases, like this case, it says like not found. So yeah, that's why we thought, okay, let's build Lighthouse. And we identified like there has to be, 4 key properties on the storage layer side to make it like work for all kind of use cases. First is persistence. So with Lighthouse, when you store data, we store it on IPFS and Filecoin and ensure minimum replications of your files, and that your files are stored long-term forever. So let's say rather than renewing your Filecoin deals, you can pay once and need not renew deal again and again. So permanent storage on Filecoin. And underlying there is this endowment pool model that pays for your files till perpetuity. And the second thing is like a lot of users demanded us like, can we store like private data on IPFS or Filecoin using your SDK? So then we even build this feature into the Lighthouse SDK, where you can not just store even private data, but even token gate your resources and files, which I'll also demo today. And third thing is again, like this property that we inherit from using IPFS and Filecoin underneath, which is like being tamper-proof and distributed. So Filecoin has a big miner network and has like around 18 exabytes of data capacity onboarded. So which again allows us to, serve like big scale data as well, and like distribute your data on like bunch of miners. And the fourth thing is, again, many people complain that distributed storage systems are like quite slow. So we even have like dedicated gateways using which you can like store and retrieve back all kinds of files, be it image, video. You can even like stream 4K video out of it. So it's like quite fast. And yeah, as I was talking about, underneath Lighthouse, we have the smart contract based growth endowment pool, as we call it, which ensures that our files are stored till perpetuity. And it's like multi-chain and it's controlled by a DAO. And when you pay for a file, some part of it goes to the Filecoin miner and remaining part goes to this endowment pool where it accrues fees through various protocols. And yeah, as of now, Lighthouse Suite contains 3 things. One is our CLI tool. Next is our SDK, which I would highly recommend using in your hackathon projects. which is like this npm package that you can either import on your website front end, like React, Vue, or whichever framework that you like. And another thing is like backend in Node.js as well. And third thing is again our website, which is lighthouse.storage. And I'll also demonstrate Lighthouse Files app right now. So yeah, this is our main site, and the URL is lighthouse.storage. So you can, as for starters, you can come here and click on the Store Files Now button, and then you can log into like whichever login method that you prefer, like through MetaMask, if you prefer any other chain, or Google, GitHub, email login as well. So we also support like Filecoin, Wallaby as a test network. So given like this is a FVM hackathon, so I highly recommend you to connect to Wallaby and build applications around it. Yeah, but you can easily log in through your MetaMask wallet and view all the files that has been uploaded. So if you want to upload like a public file, let's say this file, that again, like the upload is quite fast. And all of these functionalities that I'm showing you, you can do these from our SDK as well. So this is like just as a demo purpose, that what all functionalities you can do with Lighthouse. And let's say if you want to upload an encrypted file, you can turn on the encryption, and let's select one of these files. And again, for this encryption, you need to sign in from your wallet to authorize. And then you can view this, connect to your wallet, sign again, and then you should be able to view this file, which you just uploaded. And if you try to download it from the IPFS network, you will be able to, but then that will be encrypted file, and only the authorized persons can view this file after signing from their wallet. But that's not just it. You can even do like more things with it. So since it's an encrypted file, you'll see like there's a blue button here called as apply access control. So if I click on here, I can add a condition, and I can add a condition like, let's say if you are on Wallaby, which is like the Filecoin test network, and if you want only the owners of a particular NFT collection to view this particular file, so you can select whichever token that you want to have the logic on, let's say ERC721, which is the NFT token. And then you can mention the contract address here. And let's say I want only the users who have more than or equal to 3 of these NFTs on Wallaby chain to access this file. I can mention more than equal to 3 and then create access condition. And I can also create, multiple conditions as well. So let's say 3 tokens, NFT tokens on Wallaby chain, but 1,000 Uniswap tokens on Polygon chain. Even like that can be done, like chain logic can be built around it. So I can then put in like, let's say if this is the Uniswap token address, then create access condition. And then I can create like a combination of these conditions as well, like C1 and C2. So now what it means is like the user in their wallet has to satisfy both of these conditions, and only then they will be able to view this file. And then you can like create access condition and then again authorize from your wallet. And then if I now share this file link to whoever I want to, and if they satisfy those 2 conditions in their wallet, after signing in, they should be able to decrypt the file. And again, like this is something that you can do from our Lighthouse SDK, which is like the key purpose for this hackathon. You should be using Lighthouse SDK to qualify for the bounties as well, which I'll talk about. And yeah, as for developers, you can come here, get an API key, and again, sign from a wallet to generate that API key, copy this API key, and then here's our documentation link, which you can also find from our main site as well, clicking on this documentation page. And here we have like bunch of code examples. Let's say if you want to try out our CLI, but let's say if you want to integrate into your browser front end or Node.js backend. So we have bunch of code examples here. So let's say if you want to upload the file here, so you can like just copy paste this code, enter the API key here, and just start uploading files to Lighthouse. And even on access condition side, which I just demonstrated. So there are like bunch of code examples here, like on Node.js, you can apply the access control conditions and mention whichever chain and what the condition has to be. And The access conditions are multiple. Like I showed you how you can add in like a ERC 721 logic to token gate your file, or ERC20 logic, but you can also even apply time-based access control as well. So let's say if you want to time lock a file for, let's say, next 1 day, or if you want to unlock a file only after next 1 month. So accordingly, you can specify that block number here that only allow to access this file only when this block number has passed. So again, this is pretty interesting like feature that you can use to build some useful app on in this hackathon as well, which I highly recommend. And coming back to our presentation, your Lighthouse files, and for this SDK, as I just showed, you can go to our documentation. This is the link for that. And yeah, some of the use cases that I would love to talk about. So for example, Ocean Protocol, we did an integration with them recently. So now all the Ocean economy and an Ocean ecosystem dApps will be able to store data on Filecoin through the Lighthouse SDK. And then there's this another great project called as OKContract. So they created something very interesting, like these Web2 widgets. So these Web3 widgets that you can, embed into any front end, be it any Web2 or Web3 front end. So let's say if you want to have a NFT functionality, so you can, rather than implementing it from scratch, OKContract build this on Lighthouse, that they had this minting NFT functionality, and the data is being stored on, the NFT data is being stored on Lighthouse. And now anybody can just go and use OKContract widget into their front end and then start storing files on Lighthouse. And then LYNC is another like gaming project. So they are storing all their gaming assets on Lighthouse as well. But yeah, I think as part of this hackathon, there's already an idea list, which I think you can find on the Spacewalk site. But there, like this is like another bunch of examples that you can take an idea from, like what is possible with Lighthouse. But again, this is like just some basic raw examples. You can even build some more interesting examples. But yeah, if you want to try like something like pay-per-view media, time locked retrieval, those things can be interesting to experiment, or you can use it generally for your DAO storage or NFT storage if you are using any of those ideas into your project. Yeah, so here is our website, lighthouse.storage, and this is our Discord. You can also find that again on the website as well, but feel free to scan this link, and happy to answer any questions